but I said breaker one night, and you know who it be? Little dude, I want to thank everyone. Earlier I posted a video about my prayer warriors. I was asking for your help, I believe in the power of prayer. And I'm a Christian. And as a Christian, I wanted to know what the Bible said about prayer. You can actually pray for a restful sleep. In Psalms 3, verse 5, it's a prayer for a restful sleep. Lie down and sleep, I awake again because the Lord sustains me. And then, you can actually pray to protect yourself from negative thinking and hurtful speech. May these words of my mouth and these meditations of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Psalms 19:14. See, there are a few prayers, and I'm only going to recite like 7 of them that I do truly, enjoy reading myself. Because you can also pray for God's guidance. How's it go? Show me your ways, Lord. Teach me your paths. And that's in Psalms 25, verse 4. And there's even prayers to protect yourself from fear and doubt and whatnot, because fear entails many things, The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Psalms 27, verse 1. Prayer, the power of prayer. You can even pray for those of us that have had a broken heart. I don't even know if you realize that there's a prayer for it. But the righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalms 34:17 through verse 18. The Bible, a beautiful thing full of prayer, and meditation, and help. There's even a prayer for mercy. You can have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love, according to your great compassion. Blot out all my transgressions. Wash away all my iniquity and cleanse me. Cleanse me from my sin. Psalms 51, verse 1 through 2. It's amazing, man, this thing called the Bible. The comfort that you can get. You can pray for God's protection. From the ends of the earth I call to you. I call as my heart grows faint. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For you have been my refuge, a strong tower against the foe. Psalm 61, verse 2 through 3. So there are many verses in the Bible that speak of prayer. And as a Christian, I think it is our responsibility to know what that Bible says about prayer. And my pup, he's a rescue. In November, when we had that really ugly snowstorm, a friend of mine named Eric found this pup, wandering down a road, emancipated beyond, it was crazy. The images were ugly, and I'm going to spare you the horror of seeing what he looked like when Eric brought him here. But he's gained some weight, he's healthy, he's stubborn as hell, but he's beautiful. He's a really handsome animal, he's intelligent. When he wants to be, he's well behaved. But I noticed over the course of the last couple of days, he really wasn't himself. And then yesterday afternoon, not only his demeanor changed, but his ability to be able to control his limbs kind of changed. And I paid attention to it, you know. And I watched his breathing. His breathing became a little erratic and whatnot. And it failed to dawn on me that he does have Lyme disease. He's been diagnosed with Lyme disease. God only knows how long he had been out there in the wilderness. I'm assuming quite some time, because he was really emancipated when he was brought here. Yeah, I just noticed he deteriorated real fast. And so, you know, I had to go to the vets, get him some more medication, get him on a cycle, a treatment cycle for Lyme disease. I had medication for him, but evidently something wasn't working right, so I had to get, this other prescription for him, and we'll see what happens. I looked into some holistic methods of being able to, assist the medication that he has. And there are a couple of homeopathic, means of being able to treat Lyme disease in pets. And despite the fact that I have no faith in man's medicine, I will abide by this prescription just to see if it helps him for real. Because I do, for some reason, I've grown quite fond of him. And when I love kind of hard. And, it hurt me today when I got here from lunch. I would like to thank George, my supervisor for the day at work. He allowed me to leave a few minutes earlier at lunchtime so that I could come and check up on this pup. And I'm glad that he did, and I want to thank George. Thank you, my friend. Because when I got here, he was in a little bit of a mess, but I quickly cleaned him up, did what I had to do, and got back to work. After work, again, George, thanks. I ran and got him this medication, gave it to him. He seems to be crawling. He was laying right behind me, and now he's over there. Gave him an immediate dose whenever I came home. He did kind of bring some stuff up that didn't look so healthy, and it stunk like crazy. But I just wanted to do this video to thank everyone that had prayed for him or will pray for him. I'm not asking for prayers for me or for anything that I want in life other than to see this pup healthy. I am a Christian, and it did dawn on me having this animal in my life, because I've never had an animal that had a disease that had to be treated. And having him as a Christian it made me look into the whole aspect of animals, and it brought me back to, creation. And it's amazing to see that God created them before he created man. So it must mean in some small way that they were a little bit more important than we are to the greater scheme of things. Because not only that, but shortly after he created man, he told man, you have dominion over all things, the birds, the fish of the sea, the animals, like dominion, meaning not to abuse or exploit, but to take care of. That was Adam's first mission in life, was to care for the land and all of that God had created. And that, he would live in bliss. He would live in relationship with God. I could only imagine having that opportunity to live where there's no chaos, no confusion, no homelessness, no hunger, no addiction, no ugliness, no... just bliss in a relationship with your Creator. Wow. Didn't end up like that. Here we are today, fighting all of the ugly that we have inherited in that sin from our first parents, Adam and Eve. But yet still, having an animal that had an illness did take me to the Bible. Because at first I actually considered if he wasn't going to survive, what was the point in putting him through all this misery and wasting all this money just to see him die in the end? I actually considered euthanizing him. And then, I did my homework and I saw that he could, live a long, healthy life with proper attention. And that's a good thing. But it took me back to that Bible about God creating them before he created us. Which made me wonder, how can someone abuse an animal, consider themselves a Christian, abuse an animal that's one day closer to God than we are, with a clear conscience? Like, how can someone do that? Like this animal, for instance. He's gorgeous, amazingly handsome, intelligent. But when found, he was like near to death. How could someone do that to an animal? I don't understand. I think the same people that do that to an animal would most likely do it to a friend or a family member if push came to shove. I've always said that some people should and some people shouldn't either bear children or have animals. In an upcoming video shortly, sometime soon, in a video sometime shortly in the future, I will admit beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm one of those men that should have never had children, only because of the way my relationship with them has ended up now. I came to that decision. Maybe it would have been better had I not had children, for their sake and mine both. But, that's a whole other video. All I wanted to do, I'm the babbling baby boomer. I'm a babble about some bullshit. But I definitely did want to come on here and just thank everyone for praying for Max, because I really wouldn't want to see him, die on my watch. That's all. I love, and I love too hard. And if I really, really would have wanted an animal in the first place, I would have had one. I keep my circle small. I love too hard. And when I lose too hard. And I'm tired of hurting, I am the author of my own life. I've been abandoned in a prison cell by those that shared my own bloodline. I've been thrown out of a moving car, almost blown up, shot, stabbed. I mean, you name it. And I've probably either went through it or might have seen someone go through that shit. So yeah, life has not been so kind to me, and life is never kind. These people that think, oh yeah, life is... No, it's not. Life is brutal as shit. It's never going to be kind to you, period. It's your perspective about it that makes it either or. But life is life. It's your choices. It's the decisions you make in life that determine what life is going to be for you. It's either going to be a living hell, or it's going to be a peaceful, monotonous, everyday thing that's just getting you through. Or it's going to be something that you live, that you're vibrant in, that you're thriving in, that you dove head in and just said, you know what, either or, I'm going to make it to the other side. It either is for me or there isn't. No other greater place on earth than to find out on the other side whether it was or wasn't. If you're living, just live it. I'm babbling for real now, and I'm going to get off here. But I am a little concerned about this pup. I hate being responsible for another life, a life source that was created by a God of which I truly and firmly believe in. So pray for him. Continue to pray for him. I thank you guys for praying for him. And until next time, may all your days be peaceful. And may you choose to live life and not just exist in it. And until next time, stay kind.